Hello everyone, my name is Barry Anderson. I am the Trade Ideas Trading Room Monitor and moderator, I should say. And what I'm going to do in this video is show you how I am using the Trade Ideas AI to create a watch list of stocks that I will be following the next day. So in other words, we're getting AI alerts today. I'm going to create a watch list to show you how I'm how I'm going to follow them the next day and perhaps for a few days afterwards. So let me get right to it. First of all, I just want to get rid of this screen here. Okay, and this is, I'm going to use as an example, these are the AI alerts that we had on Friday, and that would be June the 26th. And this is the process that I'm going through. The first thing I do is I sort on the full risk profit percent column. Basically what this is telling me is that, all right, here was the entry price for CRCM. That was the last price of the day, just before the end of the day. That's how much the stock would have been out if you had held the stock all the way through the day from the entry price on, and so on. Because what I'm going to do is I only want to see basically the stocks that were positive in this column, and then I will go through these stocks. I will see which ones I want to follow the next day. Okay, and I'll show you the thought process that I go through to figure out which ones do I want to follow. Okay, so let's take a look at CRCM. That's the first one on the list. So you can see here's the 15-minute chart, and you can see there's the AI alert right there, 11:23. There's the blue arrow signifying the alert. Had a nice day, closed at 11:53, and so that would have been a nice little percentage gain. So is this one that I would like to follow the next day? Well, let's take a look. This is why I have a daily, a weekly, and a monthly chart right here. Well, to me, this is a great looking daily, weekly, and monthly chart. You can see right here, if it can get through, this 1160 area right there, that it has a chance to get up to this area of 14. Has a chance. I'm not saying it's going to get there. We don't know what's going to happen, but at least we don't have to worry about we don't have to worry about a lot of resistance like this right here. And of course, it even looks better on a weekly chart and unbelievable on a monthly chart. I mean, if it ever wanted to really start to fill that gap. So CRCM, consequently, would make my list. Okay. Now, I will say this, is that I typically like to only follow the stocks that are under $30 from our AI. That doesn't mean you have to. If we take a look at PCRX, you can see that if it can get through this right here on the daily chart, which is not that far away, it has to get up, to this 48 level, which wouldn't be too bad. I'm not in love with this. I think this weekly and I think the daily chart is kind of chopping around a little too much. Lots of bottoming tails, topping tails. Not, to me, not giving a great sense of direction. Again, if I look at CRCM, it's a lot cleaner looking. I hope you can see what I see anyway. It's just a lot cleaner looking. Let's take a look at NTGN. Again, it's not bad. On that day, on the day of the alert, you can see actually it spiked up right off the bat, and then it came right back down. Then we got the alert here. So really didn't do very much the day of the alert. So this is the whole premise. Okay, perhaps the AI was a little bit early, and maybe even this one a little bit early. Maybe there's going to be more to this move than just that one day. And based on the daily and weekly and monthly charts, it looks like there is that possibility. So again, I look at NTGN. Yeah, it has a little bit of room. So I will look at this one also going forward. TLRD. A little bit, 615 on the weekly, it's 485, a little bit of room. I mean, on a percentage basis, if it can make it from 5 to 570, that'd be pretty good. So I will keep an eye on this one. VGR. Now this one, it looks a little more attractive. You can see you can't even see any of the resistance on the daily chart. Look on the weekly chart, you can see that it had been pulling back on the weekly chart before last week when it had this nice day. And this was really, this weekly chart, it was really this day right here. So that's all on Friday on that weekly chart. It still has some room, up to this area, 1251. That's about $1.50 from where it is. So that is something that I will also keep an eye on. Same with CALX. I mean, it had a horrible day 3 days ago, but if it can start to regain some of this area, that wouldn't be too bad either. So that's the exercise that I go through. I will go through each one of these to see which ones I feel I want to follow the following day. Once I've made that determination, then I basically then will monitor it, in an alert window. I just call this AI yesterday, and you'll see what I've got here as very few filters. I want the volume to at least 50,000 shares, and then my trigger will be a new high. Rarely does anything happen in the pre-market. It won't happen, and nothing will happen in the pre-market. I don't know. I should really take that out. Now, this is the other key, though. Stocks where the price is at least 85% above the low of this range. This is the previous day. Now, when I first started doing this, I was actually had this at 100%. So, in other words, if I were going to get a trigger for CRCM, as an example, CRCM, I would not get a trigger unless there's the high of 1160. It would have to get to 1160 or above, okay, based on that filter. What I've done now, I've relaxed it just a little bit so that it has to be at least within 15% of the previous day's high. The reason I did that is because a lot of times these stocks are starting to move and they're approaching the previous day's high, and I want to know about it. So just even before it might be taking out yesterday's high to see whether or not I want to take the trade right away, or maybe I'll still wait for that break. But I just want to know about it, so that's why I said, okay, I'll relax it just a little bit. So how do I create the symbol list? Well, this is what I do. So the first thing you do is create your alert window. Okay, create your alert window and how you want to monitor it. Now, you don't have to monitor it the same way I do, but again, these are the two filters I'm using, and my trigger is a new high. That's all it is. So then you create a symbol list. You click on symbol list and create new, and let's call this AI yesterday 2. Okay, and this is going to pop up. And I'll put CRCM in right now just to put one in because I know this is one I definitely want to track. And you notice now AI yesterday 2 is not over here, so you have to click on add existing list. And if you've never done symbol list before, there it is down here, probably towards you'll see it immediately. And there it is, AI yesterday 2. So then this is a drop down menu, only the following lists is what I want to select. So I click on AI yesterday 2. I say OK. Okay, so now it's only showing me this one because it's going to show me the last thing that ever was triggered. This is not the symbol list that I had, of course. I didn't have AI yesterday 2. We're creating this one right now on the fly. And this is what you would do. You take a look at CRCM and you want it, so you right click and send to symbol lists, and there's AI yesterday 2. So now CRCM will be in there. NTGN, send to symbol lists, and this will be right at the top. And you see how easy it is just to sort of pick and choose which ones you want and send to that symbol list. All right. So now you have created a symbol list of the stocks, today's AI alerts, which you will monitor tomorrow. And again, it'll be up to you if you want to keep monitoring those symbols. I wouldn't, eventually some are just going to disappear because, they're just not working out. Maybe they don't trigger at all. For instance, I do want to show you one, which I guess we'll call it the poster child for why this has been pretty exciting. ACHN was an alert here from the AI, okay? Now, I'm not saying that every single one that you follow is going to do something like this. But you can see why I decided that after the first day, I held it, wanted it to watch it the second day. I almost got rid of it here because it really didn't do anything, but I decided to hold on to it and then look at what happened that day and then this day, which I traded. And I'll still hold on to this because, you look at this and this is the area it's at right here around that 5. If it can take out 5, then on the monthly chart, look at where it could go. Now, one of the reasons I did hold on to this one, and this is something you'll have to get a feel for too, is that this had news on this day. This is a little biotech. Sorry, I think a dog barking. This is a little biotech, and so a lot of times these will have life for a few days after the initial news, and so that's why I decided to keep this one. Obviously, the news on that day was good enough, so it almost closed right at the high of the day, which of course gives me a lot of confidence too that there might be some continuation the following day. But so that'll be up to you though to take a look at, okay, why did CRCM, what was the reason for this move? You'll have to check some news. You can go to you can send to the web, and you can pick a news feeder. You can go to Yahoo or FinViz, or you can go to, we have a custom here where you could put in a URL that a news site that you want to follow. So, there's all sorts of things that you can do. And so this is the exercise that you can do once, if you have our premium service and you have our AI, this is the exercise you can do, is to take a look, check the news, check the charts. This is why I've got the daily, monthly, and weekly charts up here. Check to see if there's any room. And if there is room, then, there's probably something that you do want to follow. And maybe you're going to want to follow for a few days. So hopefully that gives you an idea about what I'm doing with the AI right now. And to be honest, I'm really not even looking at the current day so much. I'm waiting to the end of the day to build the watch list of the AI alerts that I want to follow the following day and perhaps days. Now the other thing is that in order to edit your symbol list, you have to go into Tools and Symbolist. And this will be at the bottom here, AI yesterday, because eventually you're going to edit your list. Because again, what if CRCM doesn't perform? It absolutely drops down to $10 or $9. I have to delete it from the list, because remember, you're adding more than likely, who knows how many symbols you're going to add every day. It all depends on what happens here, and when you go through the charts, how many you're going to add. So you'll be adding symbols more than likely every day, and you'll be deleting some of the ones that you were previously following. Because you don't want to get into a situation where you have 100. Okay, so it's this sort of constant, you add and then pair, add, pair, add, pair. All right, let's take that off and bring this toolbar up here. So I hope that gives you a bit of an insight on how I am now using the AI. I'm going to bring back, and if you have any questions on that, I'll bring back this page here. Okay, and this is the email address you can use, info@tradeupandIdeas.com. This is a link to get into our free trading room where we talk about these. Now, I have to admit, I don't talk about this in the trading room so much because it's not fair for those of you who are premium subscribers and are paying for the AI. But certainly, we go over it after the fact. So if a stock is moved after the fact, I have no problem talking about it and showing you, well, this is what you could have done. So anyway, I hope that gives you a bit of an insight in how I'm now using the AI, and I'll bring back the capture program. So I encourage you to come into our free room. It is 100% free. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free trading room. So hope to see you there sometime. So take care. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.